Well, today on Nation Window Cleaners Podcast, we're talking all about the float board, how to fill the gaps, how to keep your schedule absolutely full. Why would we do that? And a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you're a window cleaner, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What's up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. Lots of content, 8 years, going on 9, lots of weekly shows. If it's not your first time here and you're back, what's up? Thank you for continuing to come here and continuing to, make my life possible. So thank you for coming back. Thank you also to everybody who buys from me. You people who allow me to put your orders in really are genuinely the reason that I continue to be able to do this. So thank you. Anyway, so today I'm talking about filling the schedule, but really more importantly, I'm talking about the float board. And I've talked about this a few times, and I'm shocked at how many people still don't have this. And I'll tell you, anytime that I start babbling about things, I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not any smarter than anybody else. I'm not anybody. I'm just a dude who's done it, and I talk to more window cleaners than anybody else on the planet. Fair to say, right? With that all being said, I talk about some certain things that when it comes up, people go, oh, that's a good idea. Like they haven't thought of it or heard of it, and it shocks me a little bit. So anyway, for your brain, doesn't mean you have to do anything. Just something for you to think about. I bring to you the concept of the float board. Now, I'll start by saying every one of us in business has slow times. You're like, no, I'm booked till, December. Well, cool, but I'm guessing there is a day where you had rain, or it was going to rain, somebody canceled, they rescheduled, and you moved some things around, and the guys ended at 3 instead of 5. And I'm guessing there's little pockets, because if not, then you're freaking amazing, but there is, okay? And one of the things that we want to do is fill those spots. Here's the concept for loss, right? There's something called saturation. Saturation is the most you can do with the assets you have right now. And there's not one company out there doing saturation, meaning they're doing absolutely the most amount of jobs in the time and staff, vehicles, and equipment that they have. They're absolutely perfect. They're just not. It just can't happen. So what we want to do is get to as close to that as possible. And I know you're probably booked out far. If you're not, you'll get there, but a lot of you are. You're booked out. I get it. That's awesome. But that does not mean you're never going to end early. It just doesn't, because everything comes up. So what we want to do is have some option to fill the slow times, and more importantly, fill these slow times that pop up, right? The guys ended early today. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, there's 2 more hours of the day. Right? It's supposed to rain today, but never did rain, but they canceled the reschedule. Here's the thing, and I'll throw this out there, but November 3rd this year was a Monday. That November 3rd, 2025 will never be here again. Will never be here again. No matter how much work you have, or you just landed $1 million job, nothing. November 3rd will never be here again. So what we need to do is fill that day, or needed to fill that day absolutely full, so we could capitalize and get as much out of that as possible, right? That's absolutely, because by the time the 4th comes around, the 3rd's gone. Whatever you didn't do that day, even if you had 5 jobs, they all rescheduled, you lost that day. You just put them in another day, but you still lost that day, right? If you lose November 3rd, the 4th is always going to come. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to capitalize on the days and the times and the staff and the everything. We really, really, really need to fill it full, get as much as we can out of that day before the next day comes. This is that concept where a lot of people are like, oh man, I want to be bigger or more, or I'm growing, I'm in a growth stage, and man, I got a lot of room to grow, and this year we didn't do as well as last year, and you look at that. If you really look at your days, that's why, right? So how do we fill it? How do we kind of have stuff kind of in the wings? And that's where the float board comes into play. This is why this concept, as stupidly simple as it is one of the most valuable things you could do for your business, in my opinion. And I'm going to explain exactly what it is. It's literally a whiteboard that sits behind your desk. Now, I use, I forget what it's called, but it's like really kind of thin black tape to make lines. So most all of my whiteboards are kind of split up. And the reason I do that is so that I can have it almost like a lined piece of paper. And the float board has a lines all the way down, but another column for the date. So you got a date, job. And then next to the job, I always put price. You can put lines and whatever. But all it is a whiteboard that if you called me and you said, hey, I got gutter cleaning I'm really looking to get done, I'd love to get that. Give you the estimate, book you in the job, and I go, okay, great. So, Mr. Jones, we're able to put you on what's called the float board, and that is getting you done at the most soonest and most available appointment possible. There's no date, but don't worry, you don't need to be there. No matter if you're there or not, we have that 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't worry about that. But if we do get there on a day, we'll leave you with the invoice and everything so you know that we were there, blah, blah, blah. For this, we do keep cards on file, and once the job is done, we charge the card. Okay? Easy. People go, oh, yeah, get this done as soon as possible. Awesome. Now, sometimes, especially this time of year, people go, well, what if I put something on the float board and it doesn't get done? Well, it will. I mean, there are always gutters that kind of make it to the end, but if you're really feeling the days, you are going to empty your float board incredibly fast. So don't worry about that. But do not, in my humble opinion, do not schedule the job and put it on the float board. That defeats the purpose of the float board. The float board is literally jobs that have to get done as soon as they can get done. And that's it. I put everything on there. Exterior window cleaning of casements. I put gutter cleaning, house washing. Any of those services that I can, I'll put on the float board, depending on season and everything. And there are sometimes 10, 15 jobs on the float board.
It's 8 o'clock.
That's the big kind of, thing is, well, man, you got 15 jobs. How are you going to do those? Well, I could knock off 1, 2 jobs at a time, right? Some days I can knock off 5 jobs plus because, it was supposed to rain and then everybody canceled and blah, 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 right? Once I get to a certain point where there's that much, or whatever the lines are typically, then I start scheduling things in, even if it's a float job, because I don't want to get too far behind. But in the busy season, just like in the slow season, I'm going to go if you actually focus on what's on the float board. Now, the way that this whole thing really works is that I print the invoices. You guys know about my envelopes. Every job that I show up to, I have an envelope, and in there is the invoice and other services, satisfaction form, blah, 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 blah. But I have those attached to the float board, meaning if Jane Smith is on there for the gutter cleaning, and this is what it is, I put it into the guys get a folder every day. It's like a trapper keeper if you're old like me, or like a binder that's got a zipper with pockets and things in there. I put all the float stuff in there that has their own category of float. So if my crew chief calls and goes, hey man, we are done early, what do you want us to take off the float board? I can look and I can see the date that they came in, and I can see who it is. It's always usually, rotating all around. Because, again, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, you start picking people off, you'll fill that spot. Right, anyway. I go, well, let's do Mrs. Jones. It's a gutter cleaning. It's over by where you are. I know where they are. I can pull them up. I can see the addresses. I can tell how close they are. I'm not going to have them drive all over town. And then they go, oh, awesome, hold on. And, yep, okay, got it. Now they have the envelope. So they're going to drop the envelope off because it's with them all the time. But that envelope has the date or the address. It has the name. It has all the information that they need to know where it is. They can get it done. They have everything that they need without going back. Once Mrs. Johnson gets done at the end of the day, they go, yep, Mrs. Johnson got done. I'm taking it right off the float board. We're charging the card. Just that easy. I want to capitalize on every day and every hour I possibly can. And I'll tell you, one of the worst things, this is a 7-day rain guarantee. You guys have seen that. I obviously talk about that, do that all the time. But the 7-day rain guarantee is not more for the guarantee, but more for the schedule. And let me explain. Every customer that we have in residential, route and commercial, we just don't do that. It doesn't matter. But in residential, we have a 7-day rain guarantee. Not only is it part of what makes us unique, usually, not too many people around doing that, but rain is pure. Rain doesn't dirty windows. And before you take your hard-earned time and write me an email about how, yeah, every time it rains, my windows look dirty, hear me out. When windows get spotted after a rain, it's because it hasn't rained in a while, and the windows get uniformly dirty. When it rains, the rain picks up all the dirt that's on the glass, and then as the rain evaporates, it's condensing that into little droplets, and now you have droplets of very dense or very concentrated minerals, dirt. When the water goes, because that's all that can happen in distillation, the dirt is left. It looks like water spots, and people think it's rain. It's not. Especially rain on clean windows, there's nothing for it to condense. So we have the 7-day rain guarantee. Now, the real reason I have a 7-day rain guarantee, other than being able to use it as like a buzzword and everything else, the real reason is to stop people from rescheduling as much as I can. Because one of the killers, again, if you don't have a float board and it is the 3rd of November, and, the news is like, well, we're going to get some big storms today. And everybody goes, oh, we don't want our windows done today if it's going to rain. We want to reschedule. And you go, well, it doesn't look like it's going to rain. It's okay. We just want to reschedule. The 3rd could be completely empty. And guess what? A lot of times, it doesn't even rain. Or if it does, you get like a downpour for 15 minutes and your entire 8-hour day is shot. Guess what? I have float board stuff. I can fill that. I didn't lose those jobs that rescheduled. I just moved them. And by the way, when somebody reschedules, I always put them on the very end. I don't go, well, if you reschedule today, I'm going to try to get you tomorrow. No. Unfortunately, if you reschedule right now, I can't get back to you until December 7th. It would be a morning appointment again, but that would be the first available appointment. I want them to keep going because I want to keep these days filled, right? The 7-day rain guarantee is when they call and go, oh, absolutely, don't worry, but rain, we have a 7-day rain guarantee. So even if we clean this and this storm is one for the record books, if they dirty the glass, we'll come back and touch them up, make them look perfect for you. Oh, well, all right. Well, if you guys are okay with it, yep, absolutely. If we reschedule you, unfortunately, we're a month and a half out. I don't want to postpone you so long, right? I'm trying to help them understand, trying to persuade them, if you will, that they don't want to reschedule. I don't want to reschedule. I want to fill my schedule. I want to be full of work. I want to capitalize on the day. And the day is the 3rd of November or whatever magical fake day I just made up. That day has to be filled. And it has to be filled regardless if it's, raining. Now, I get this also. If it's raining, do you cancel jobs? And yes, if it's really raining and really bad rain and everything shows it's raining we will cancel jobs at the time. So say it is our first job's 9 o'clock, whatever, and it is 8:30 and raining like cats and dogs, and I see it's going to be raining hey, unfortunately it's raining, as you can see, a little bit too much. But if it's just drizzling or possibly going to rain, I'm absolutely going to clean. The most important thing you have in your business is your time, because that is all we sell. That's all we sell. Yes, the experience is what gets people talking and coming back and happy and all that, but what we're actually trading dollars for is our time. And my time is to clean windows usually. I have 8 hours a day. Now, hypothetically, you got 100 employees, you still have 8 hours. You just have 8 hours 100 times. But that's what I'm selling, right? That's what you're selling. You're going, I will trade you an hour of my time for $100 of your money. In that time, I'm going to clean some windows. In that time, I'm going to do some gutter cleaning. In that time, I'm going to pressure wash your house, right? I am trading money for time. So if I have 8 hours a day, I have potentially money, right? $100 because I'm bad at the maths. You got $800 a day of production. If the third comes, it rains and nobody does it, guess what? I lost $800 that day because I will never get November 3rd, 7th, what day? 3rd. I will never get November 3rd back. If I did not fill it, I lost $800. If I filled half a day, I lost $400. And that is every employee you have. Because there is loss, meaning I had $400 and I lost it. And then there's loss of potential. I should have made $400, but I didn't. So I lost what I should have made. This is why we do all of these little things to fill this in. And I do understand also in business, people are like, oh man, there's so many things to this. There's like 1,000 things, man. Yeah. There really is. When you're looking at these businesses that are so absolutely incredibly strong, and I know a ton of them, that you look at them and you're like, holy cow, you were doing incredibly well. I'm not talking about gross. I'm talking about net. I'm talking about profit. I'm talking about just the strength of the company. Just some companies are run so well that the business owner's headaches are headaches that everybody else would be like, that's not a big deal. Yeah, well, that's the worst thing they have. Right? What do they say? The worst thing for you is your worst thing. Right? Everybody's is different. I got hit by a train. That's my worst thing. Not really, but you know. And then there's other people who are like, well, I spilled coffee on my white shirt before a meeting. That's their worst thing. Your worst thing is your worst thing. Now, time-wise, in business, the best thing you could possibly do is be strong. Now, if I know with everything I have in play, I have the guarantees, and I have the float board, and I have the processes, and I have everything, so that I know every person I have working for me will get 8 hours of production in. That is the best I can do. Because here's the thing, and this is where we really kind of don't break it down. Sometimes we overcomplicate things. But if every employee I have has 8 hours today, and again, I know we don't all work 8 hours. Some of us work 10. I get it. I know. You're Superman. But if I have 8 hours and it's full, and my guys actually work the 8 hours, and they actually produced $100 an hour for 8 hours, and meaning every tech that I have out there brings in $800, hypothetically, again, bad at maths, that day was full. I didn't lose. Now, if you're booked out 4 weeks, 6 weeks, a month, 2 months, if you're booked out that far, you need to add more people. If you add people, all of a sudden, 1 month with 2 people goes down to 2 weeks, okay? You can't be out so far. Even though you're like, I got 8 hours a day for 2 months, I'm good. That's growth, right? That's growth. But here's the thing. If you have time and you did the day of 8 hours, no matter what's on the schedule for tomorrow, next week, next month, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter winter. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about right now, November 3rd, we'll say. It's not November 3rd, but I just threw that out there. But if that day is full, everybody you have producing $100 an hour or whatever your number is for 8 hours, it's full. Now, if you have 2 months worth of work, you should have, instead of 1 guy, you should have 2 guys, you should have 5 guys. You should keep improving that. But as many staff members as you have, everybody who's on staff at that time should be producing full. And the reason that works is because you have the float. You have the float. You have the backup plans. You have the way to implement any little thing. Now, how long does a gutter cleaning take? We all have customers. It's like a 1-story gutter cleaning and a little old lady. It's $200, whatever. Our gutter cleaning minimum's $249, but yours may be different, right? Maybe it is a whatever, a house wash. What's your minimum house wash? $4.99? Great. Whatever that thing is, a gutter cleaning on a 1-story, even a 2-story is what, an hour? I can fill an hour almost anywhere. In fact, if it's like, man, it is really a nice day out, it's like, 4:30, it's probably going to get dark, but we could push it, get every ounce of light out, every ounce of the job out. Let's do that job. We're out there. Let's get it done. A lot of times, the hardest part about the float board is this staff. Because let's be honest, if somebody they're done at, say, 3, they go, oh, we get to go home. Some people go, I want to make more money. But other people are like, yeah, I'm tired anyway. I'm tired. I want to go home. It's very hard to go, no, you're not going home. But the thing that makes it so difficult is that if they don't know that that's the policy, and they don't know that every day you end at the 5 o'clock time, if they think the possibility's there, they're like, I get to go home. If they know, and again, implemented systems, and a lot of companies have been doing this for absolute years. We've been doing this in my company. We'd been doing it for years. So every new employee knew this is how it went. I never had one person like, oh man, do we really, like, they're like, oh, cool, we're done at 3. What are we adding on? Like, that was it. That was what we understood. But that means the rotation of the float board was there. It also means that you're getting stuff done. They're not milking the clock. You're watching the hours anyway. They're getting the items done. If there's float items, maybe you want to do a float bonus. A lot of people do this. I personally don't remember if I ever did that float bonus. Might have. But the float bonus is this. Is anything you pull off the float board when your normal day is done, you get 10% of as a bonus. Now, in your head, you're like, well, why would I just bonus them because remember, we're trying to fill the day. I don't care if I'm giving them 10% because I just made 90% on an hour that would have been wasted anyway. Plus, if I have things on float, I can increase that bonus. It could be a float bonus. It could be a bonus that is only implemented when I need it. If I have one item on the float board, maybe there's no bonus for it. If my float board, man, I got 15 things. Hey guys, just we got a float bonus starting today, going through the end of the week. Oh, sweet. I don't understand, as a side note, I'm getting off track here, but I don't understand how people don't bonus guys sometimes. And I think it's just fun. I think it's fun to be able to add some more income. There are a lot of you out there who are doing discounts, who are doing 20 window specials, which are cheaper than you would. You are doing Groupon. You're spending, $1,000 a day on ads or whatever your number is. And then when you go, okay, cool, well, do we want to bonus our guys, give them 10%? You're like, well, no, why would I just give money away? You just spent, $300 today on Facebook ads. That's more than the 10%. Getting the work done is the goal. Filling the days is the goal. Using the time is the goal, because guess what? December 7th, whatever. I think this will be posted before December 7th. But December 7th is always going to be there. Your job's to fill it. We're only worried about today, because after today, it's gone. I don't know. I'm not great sometimes at explaining things. I use dumb analogies and everything else. I don't have a good analogy for that concept. But the concept is that, literally, if the third wasn't maxed out, you lose whatever you didn't get, because December 7th is going to be there. So that is our ultimate goal. And the hardest part about this ultimate goal on the float board and everything else is implementing it in to being something new, but really now being something that the guys have to actually do, right? Anytime something new comes in, and we're putting, if you're not using the float board, by the way, I would love to see some comments and everything else. If you're on Spotify, make sure to follow things and message and all that. And by the way, all of our shows are kind of suggestions from other people. So if you guys have more suggestions for different shows, things you want to hear, please let me know. But in any of the services or jobs or extras or whatever, when it's not there from the get-go, it's new and it's really hard. And people go, I told them, they just don't do it. That's not an option. Well, I mean, I told them. Yeah, I know. But like, here's the thing, right? If you have kids, you probably know this. If you, have seen, the McDonald's training videos or whatever, you've seen this. And I will let you know as many times as it takes to let you know, okay? If kids are not supposed to run in parking lots, that's a big one that I think kids really, they're in a car cooped up, and as soon as they stop, they just want to run. You're like, hey, buddy, we don't run in a parking lot. No one goes, oh, well, I said it once. Like, yeah, my kid's running. Oh, got hit by a car. That's morbid. Sorry. But they don't say that. Every time they're like, hey, we don't run in parking lots. We don't run in parking lots. Hey, buddy, we don't run in parking lots. And then one day the kid goes, oh, we don't run in parking lots. Sometimes it takes some time. That's business. If you have something you're implementing like this float board, it's going to take some time. You're like, oh, I don't know, man. They don't even listen to me. Well, they do listen to you. They just didn't take it yet. It will happen. You just haven't done it enough. No, I told them. They should know. No, they shouldn't know. They're so busy in their comfort level. They don't know about this new float thing. It's hugely beneficial for them. It's hugely beneficial for you. It's got to be implemented. And if it's new, it's something that has to be done. You go, oh man, these guys, they're just ready. They're at 3. They just is really hard to get them to commit. That's what it is, though, right? If you have guys that are existing that don't know the float is, you start to implement it, new person comes in, and they go, oh, this is float, this is what we do. Now it's really, really easy. Fair? So you understand the fact that change is difficult, but systems aren't. You have to get over that first thing. And if you say it and do it and do it and do it and say it and do it and say it and do it, eventually it's like, this is just what we do. And now everybody new knows this. It's easier to have somebody new follow a system because it's like, well, this is what we do. They know that from day one, right? Like every one of your employees details the window. You're like, well, yeah, that's just what you do. Yeah, I know that's what you do. But the only reason they know that's what they do is because when they started, that's what you told them they had to do. Change as an owner, which you are, the CEO of your world, is very hard for everybody else to fall into play without you reminding them. So when something new and something as valuable as the float board comes into play, you have to do your part, which is 10 times more than what they have to do. The idea of the float board is incredible, but you have to help them figure that out. And that's everything. Because if I've worked somewhere for a year or two, I do things I know are the most comfortable for me, and I know I can get them done fast, and I know I can get them done right, and that's how I do it. You now throw something else in, that's not how I do it. I do it this way. This is why it's harder to take somebody who's been a window cleaner and teach them your ways than it is to take somebody who's never cleaned windows and teach them your ways. So implementing stuff, one of the hardest things for me to hear from people is when they go, well, we try, but the guys they don't do it. That's you. That's your fault. No, I told them they don't do it. I know. Your fault is you have not told them to not run in a parking lot enough. Right? It is on you to put this in, but I'm telling you, every hour lost because of not having this time filled is an hour you are not going to get. And if you look, and you're like, well, yeah, they were done a little early. I know. Look through the whole year. Look through your whole year and go, I wish I would have made more money. Well, the jobs all got done. I made the same amount of money, yes. But you would have had more efficiency. You would have had more option to put more jobs in. If you look and you're like, okay, well, we wasted 107 hours through the year. That's 107 hours at $100 an hour. The efficiency, how well something runs, comes always back to time. what gets done in what amount of time. It's absolutely up to you. And I think the float board is such a dumb, easy, simply easy thing. Makes such a difference. So anyway, there you go. If you got questions, ask away. I do have a quick request here. You guys know I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. Usually I do a break in the middle and I forgot to. But that's how I get paid. It costs you nothing extra. I get paid from WCR, obviously. But I would love to put your order in. And the shameless plug works. It will eventually wear you down, I hope. And you will text me, call me, whatever. My number is 862-312-2026. Let me put your orders in, because I would love to. Also, I have a YouTube channel, Jersey Nation. If you have 2 seconds, genuinely, I would absolutely appreciate it. Just go over there and subscribe. Just run to YouTube, type in Jersey Nation, click subscribe. It's free. It takes all of 2 seconds. I know your time's not free, but thank you. Also, if you haven't yet gotten a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine, please do that. It's great. The magazine is phenomenal. I mean, we are in this learning everything. You're listening to a podcast. Why not get a real paper magazine, not a PDF junk magazine that has nothing in there but window cleaning awesomeness? From articles to running business to tools to pictures, to just everything you can absorb. It's $69 a year. That's nothing to you. Go to awcmag.com. Also, it comes with the sticker sheet. These are real stickers that come in every issue. Completely custom window cleaning stickers you can put on everything, and be a nerd. Also, thank you again. I mentioned to everybody who puts their orders in with me, but as you know, winter comes in, the regulars and the people who trust me to be able to put in their orders, it becomes more and more valuable for me. Obviously, you know, January is a slower month. February, you know, I just appreciate it. Anybody who puts in orders, I want them all year round. I mean, it literally costs you nothing extra, but I just want to say thank you to those who take the time to do that. So thank you. Anyway, until next week, I hope you go out there and start a float board. I hope you implement it. I hope you love it. But more importantly, I hope you go out there and be epic.